Assalamu alaikum, friends. Welcome to the cinema. Today we are presenting you a picture in the science fiction horror genre. In 28 days we will present the new film. Please watch carefully. Let's begin. So, serious experiments were conducted by the Cambridge Scientific Research Center to test the aggressive behavior of monkeys. It was shown that animals exhibit negative behaviors similar to terrorism, protests, Western movements, and cruelty caused by humans. Extremists who oppose animal rights secretly entered the laboratory. They saw dozens of monkeys confined in cages there, intending to free them but unaware of the grave mistake they were making. The researchers in the laboratory pleaded with them not to do such a thing. The animals were sick like humans, and they also. One of them asked what kind of infection it was, and the strange answer was coughing. The activists who heard this freed one of the monkeys, but soon after the freed one got sick, became restless, and started having intestinal problems. It began to show strange symptoms, but soon the infected girl died from the virus. The infected girl quickly began to lose control, became restless, and infected everyone around her, turning them into insane zombies. Seeing this, the monkeys fled from the incident. After 28 days, only one patient named Jim came out of the quarantine ward. He had recovered from the flu and tried to go out into the corridor, but the door was locked. Having taken the key from the person lying nearby, Jim left and began searching for his people dressed in various clothes. He did not respond to calls made at night. Phones hanging on the wall were silent. A drunken man who came forward with a gun filled his magazine and, along with some others, decided to go to the city to search for people. The situation outside was terrible. London was in chaos. Seeing the money there, Jim felt that they might not need it, but he still started looking for food. The man who took the newspaper to read saw an article about a virus causing a great catastrophe. After a while, he glanced at the wall covered with announcements. Jim moved to the stairs and saw that the city was close to collapse and went to the second floor. The hall was empty and he encountered traps. Suddenly, some tricks appeared, but they were zombies who became victims of the virus. Suddenly, a door opened and a bloodshot-eyed spirit approached Jim, but Jim resisted and began to leave the place. People in protective suits shouted from afar. They tried to protect him from zombies. To escape the attack, they exploded the door and the protective lock. After that, Jim's metro station. The man told them he was a courier and was infected. Soon, he got into a car which was burning like a fire. He was hallucinating from the infection, losing his mind. Mark responded that the events were a terrifying reality. The virus initially did not affect healthy people with strong immunity. Television reported that the virus had already affected big cities like New York, Paris, and similar places. Currently, the government, police, army, television, radio, and electricity are all in chaos. Besides that, in the last 6 days, only one healthy person has been found. This guy begins to understand the situation and plans to move forward to the city. Mark warns him that going alone is dangerous and that at night it is better to hide. The guys agree to help him find a way, but they are unaware of the dangers and the power of the virus. The next morning, Jim's parents arrive at the house. When Jim enters their room, he pretends to be dead. His mother holds a picture of her son. Jim takes it and says, "We left you thinking you were dead. We finally came home." The Turkish guys decide to stay at home because of the danger outside. They cannot go to shelters. Jim and his parents watch a recorded video when suddenly the windows break and zombies attack. Selena and Mark come to help and kill the zombies. The two go home to avoid zombies. They see groups of people in the empty London streets and burning multi-story buildings. They begin to climb the stairs to enter the building, but the guy gets stuck because of the city's chaos. Zombies quickly climb up the stairs and start attacking. They begin to run away, but a man in police uniform with a shield appears. He sends them to apartment 157 while 13 zombies. Here, the girl Frank never stops fighting. They use tricks to kill the zombies around the shelter. They were annoyed by other tricks but managed to trap and eliminate them. Early in the morning, Frank and Jim go out to get water after several days of rain and bad weather. Radio reports say that Westerners heard news about a shelter 27 miles from Manchester. They take Frank's car to a Western base. When they arrived, they stopped for the night. Jim suggests taking another group, but Frank ignores him and enters the shelter. Cars stopped near the food. They stop to change the tires, but it takes time. Zombies suddenly attack. However, they manage to change the tires and escape from the zombies. After that, they enter a supermarket to replenish supplies and leave for the city. After several days, they arrive at the designated place. Shocked, Frank sees a dead army of crows attacking and cannot control himself. He falls to the ground and blood drops fall into his eyes. Frank, turned into a zombie, is about to attack the group, but luckily, soldiers shoot him. Soldiers take the infected to a Turkish shelter and Major Westpland receives them. He offers to quarantine the infected in the base. Jim and Selina begin to discuss Frank while the girl rescues them. They split the twins and start to treat them. No time is wasted. Ken Request starts to train Jim, showing the zombie army controlled by a remote. The Major wants to see how long they can survive hunger. Suddenly, at night, an unexpected explosion is heard and the zombies become alert. Soldiers who went outside kill many zombies and return home to fight. One soldier attacks Selina with a sword, which makes Jim lose his mind. The Major orders the soldiers to send a message by radio explaining that the woman is needed. Hearing this, Jim briefly goes forward, saying they must escape. But when others arrive, Jim sees the sergeant imprisoning his comrades. Early in the morning, the sergeant and Jim are taken to the forest to be executed. Their misunderstandings arise and Jim takes advantage of the situation to escape. After jumping over the fence, Jim unexpectedly grabs a weapon and a plane is seen on the horizon. Meanwhile, soldiers want to rape the girl, but Selina asks them to give her time to prepare. She gives medicine and they offer to treat her wounds. At that time, one of the soldiers stops the girl. Suddenly, sirens sound and Jim has used trickery to get the soldiers out of the house and take their weapons. Jim increases the soldiers' number and leaves the Major helpless, forcing him to walk home. Jim enters the shelter at night and frees the soldiers turned into zombies from the cages. Jim kills some of them and saves the girls. Seeing Jim's merciless firmness, Selina, who is afraid of turning into a zombie, decides to kill him, but she is powerless. Seeing the guy's eyes, the girl realizes he is infected but understands he has not yet gone mad. After going outside, a fight breaks out in the car, but the Major comes out and shoots Jim. The bloodied car turns around and the zombies pull the Major out of the car, killing him. After the Major turns into a zombie, Jim and Selina return and leave the shelter together. It is already late evening. Hannah quickly enters the house and reports that a plane has just taken off. They raise the flag and go to the front, writing, "Hello, man." They watch the plane fly back and understand that help is coming, and the film ends. Friends, thank you for doing excellent work. Please share your thoughts about the film in the comments.